Hello everyone, and today we are going to be talking about one of the new ports for Total War Rome Remastered, and that is Viking Invasion 2. So there have been a slew of new ports for Total War Rome Remastered, and amongst them are a few mods that are Britain-based, and I believe the oldest of those is Viking Invasion 2, and then Norman Invasion, and then Arthurian Total War. So today we're going to be talking about Viking Invasion. So Viking Invasion 2, the original, was a mod for Rome Total War that essentially recreated the Viking Invasion expansion for the original medieval Total War, which was a great expansion. It added new tracks to the soundtrack, including the legendary Viking battle track. It's a campaign starting in 851 AD in the mid-9th century, where you could play as the Danes, the Mercians, the Welsh, the Northumbrians, as well as a few other factions. And it's a little bit simplistic compared to other mods we have now that are Britain-based, but it's a nice regional campaign, and it's a nice sort of homage to one of the nicest expansions, I think, in Total War history, that being Viking Invasion for medieval Total War. So let's get into a campaign here as the Mercians, because that's who I always do in these Britain campaigns. And let's take a look at the campaign map. Let's take a look at some of the buildings, some of the mechanics, as well as some of the units in battle. So I'll see you in the campaign map in a second. All right, so here we are in the campaign map. As you can see, everything is done pretty well in this mod, including the mini-map, which looks a little dark, but accurate. It might, in fact, be the mini-map from the original, just ported, but I'm not sure. So you can take a look here at the settlement models, which actually look quite nice indeed. I have to say, I really like them. I believe these are this one looks unique. I have to take a closer look, but it looks rather Medieval 1 inspired, which is good. And of course, a lot of the buildings, building icons like the fort building, the palisades, these are Medieval 1 building cards, which I think look great. I really like those building cards. You can also find similar ones in Chivalry Remastered and the original Chivalry. And other than that, everything in the mod is essentially from the original mod, and nothing is really upscaled here. So as we go into battles here, you'll see that the units have the original texture resolution. Nothing has been AI upscaled, and it looks totally fine. Like, this is essentially just a more stable version and a nicer looking version of the original mod. So let's and a better performing version, of course, since Rome Remastered performs better on modern hardware, at least in most cases. So let's quickly take a look here. Just if you take a look at the buildings, the campaign mechanics are pretty much inspired by the original mod itself, Viking Invasion 2. So there's nothing really too out of the ordinary here. So I'm going to just get into a battle and show off some of these units. And yeah. All right, so here we are in the battle. Let's quickly take a look at our units. And you can see the general looking very nice. In fact, I really like that general. You can see the textures themselves are not, they're kind of muddy. They look muddy, especially because everything else is very HD in the game, or 1080p, but they don't look that bad. Especially if you're slightly zoomed out, they still look good. If you get up close, like real close, then yeah, you can see some pixelation. But it looks pretty good. Now, one thing I do want to say about Viking Invasion 2 itself is that the units are very much, and also some of the units you can actually find in the original Chivalry, like these guys. These horsemen look like a unit from original Chivalry as well, though I can't put my finger on which one. And it probably came from this mod. But one thing about Viking Invasion 2's units is that they kind of have this medieval filter, the stereotypical medieval filter. And, you know, even though the Middle Ages in reality was a very colorful period, a very creative period in many ways, and in many ways modern perceptions of the medieval era are not that accurate, especially in terms of design and arts. Britain in the 5th, 6th, 7th centuries was in sort of a dark age at this time, especially during the times of those migrations and invasions in the post-Roman period. So perhaps these units are not that out of place. They do look a bit drab for me, though, just a little bit. I would prefer something with a little more pizzazz, but especially for the noble units, though, I guess this slightly baby blue pants and shield is all we're going to get in terms of that. But, you know, it looks fine. It looks fine indeed. This mod, it's a really great mod. I might do a playthrough. Maybe I'll do a live playthrough if I can bring back the lives that I used to do back in the day. Maybe I'll make some shorts about that. But in any case, that's pretty much everything I have to say about Viking Invasion 2 Remastered. I was very happy to see it ported, and the modder, I believe it's Lucius Papirius, please excuse me if it's not correct, has done all of these ports. Norman Invasion, Viking Invasion 2, Arthurian Total War, which I really want to check out because I actually haven't checked out the original Arthurian in a long time. I haven't booted that up in a long time. And actually, as a sort of full disclosure, Lucius Papirius also took a look at a port I was working on, 77 BC, and has made some headway, which I'm very happy about. So maybe there will be more news on that front soon. So as we look at this pile of dirt next to some Feardmen fighting the royal hearth, I think this is a good place to sort of end this video. But I will have some new videos coming up soon on Norman Invasion, Remastered, Arthurian, Barbarian Empires, the open beta, the new versions of Imperium Surrectum, the new updates for Chivalry Remastered, and the Kersey Big Map for Chivalry Remastered. And that's all coming up soon. I hope you enjoyed the YouTube shorts I've been making out of old clips. I just want to bring back like some of the old nice moments I remember, like how to hurt a historian, things like that. Just fun, sort of funny things. I guess that one was a sad one, but let's ignore that for now. In any case, if you enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy videos about the historical Total Wars and their mods, and I'll see you in the next one later.